Area weather forecast, a 90% chance for showers today, high 58. Rain likely tonight, low 42. Mostly sunny, 48 tomorrow. For Thursday, cloudy skies, high 42. Scattered showers, 45 on Friday. And for Saturday, scattered showers, high 62. Overnight low was 47. Yesterday's high was 63. Currently, humidity at 80%. Winds out of the east-southeast at 5 miles an hour. Pressure at 29.81. Cloudy skies right now. We've got 50 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Mark Turner over there. Gene Kolak here this morning for the first time. Gene, thank you for coming in.
Thank you for inviting me, Mike.
Well,
Glad to be here.
We had you scheduled, and there was the ice storm.
Yeah.
And we thought probably it would, you'd have to lay down your Harley on your way out here. We had you come out. So we persevered without you, but we're glad you can make it this morning.
Just checking, you hadn't fallen out of anything in the last day, right?
Me?
Yeah. No,
but
deer stands or anything.
I don't know why it is, but I'm so forgetful since I fell out of that stand. I mean, you just saw it. I was trying to find my red pin, and it took Gene to find it in the folder with the mystery voice, or I was going crazy not to find it. Do you see what Gene brought me?
I did see that.
Is this great? I'm showing this to the YouTube camera. He gave me a coffee pot that looks like a toilet, which I think he's making some sort of political comment about my commentaries. Don't you think?
Gene gave Mike to John.
He did. It's great, and it will have a treasured spot. I don't know if I'm going to drink out of it here. I think that might make
you should name that John Lou.
All right. Well, isn't that great? Thank you so much, Gene. That was really nice.
You're welcome.
I'm going to be. By the way, I heard your sports this morning.
Yeah.
Illinois is playing Lindenwood.
Yeah, Lindenwood.
They're going to play the Springfield Y.
They might give them a better game.
YW.
Yeah.
God, Lindenwood is just in St. Charles, Missouri.
Well, either that or Belleville. I think
there's another one in Belleville,
it's probably
too.
St. Charles.
Yeah, but I mean, somebody's looking for a payday, huh?
Yeah, somebody needs some money.
So
somebody needs some new bleachers at the field house.
And I'm going to go to city council tonight.
You're not going to go watch that Illini game?
No.
Okay.
No. I think this could be an interesting evening. I never came to this. It's must-watch TV. The city council in this town. Tonight they're going to talk about pot sales. That's at 5:30. Don't want to miss that. That's the lead-in to this whole additional administrator for city government, which could find its own interesting discussion.
We're going to approve the pot sale and hire a city administrator named Smokey.
Oh, wow. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be there, and I'm taking tomorrow off. I'm going to go over and deal with some of the side issues of falling out of the tree stand with the doctor over in St. Louis. And so I won't be here tomorrow. So you can hold down the shot up, you and Tom, right?
We'll try.
All right. So guess what I've got in my hand here?
I don't know. What do you have?
Yeah, I got this right here.
Tuning in the radio.
I thought this was taken out.
Listening to
Oh, it's there.
Mark.
Oh.
It's that time once again for the bucket of bug. Bucket of bug, bucket of bug.
Gene looks stunned.
Bucket of bug, bucket of bug.
You are speechless, Gene.
Yeah, I know, this must be an inside joke
Learning
here.
something
Oh, this
new
is Double D.
every day. Hey, bucket of bug, bucket of bug.
He wanted to have his voice on the bucket of bunk, so we let him. And there you go. That's what you get.
Yeah.
Birthdays today, Charles Schultz.
The Peanuts creator.
Yes, the creator of Peanuts. One of the best-known episodes in his high school life, by the way, he died in 2000, was his rejection of his drawings by the high school yearbook. He went to them and had some drawings that he wanted to put in, and so years later in Peanuts, he had Lucy ask Charlie Brown to sign a picture he drew of a horse, only then to say it was a prank and laugh at him, okay? There's right now a 5-foot statue of Snoopy placed at the high school main office where he was rejected for the yearbook. Pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Peanuts made its first appearance in 1950. It was in 7 newspapers at that time. The weekly Sunday Page debuted on January 6th. At its height, Peanuts was published daily in 2,600 papers in 75 countries, 21 languages. He did it for 50 years. By the way, his inspiration for Charlie Brown's unrequited love for the little redhead girl, that was from an art instructor, accountant that he was working with. And back in 1950, he proposed marriage to her. She rejected it.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, don't you know she regretted
Yeah.
that down the road when he became huge. Anyway, she married another man. So there's truth behind some of the stuff that was in Peanuts. Also, Rich Little, born on this date in 1938. His real name is Richard Carruthers Little.
Loved his album where he did The First Family.
You know, that was the second album. The first album was the Canadian First Family. So he did all the voices from that. He's from Canada. Tab, the man of 1,000 voices. He's 81 today, 81 years old. Don't see much of him.
No, you don't.
He was a frequent guest, if you'll remember, on variety and talk shows. With Johnny Carson, he captured the Tonight Show host and his voice and his mannerisms almost perfectly. That tended to irritate Johnny.
Oh, yeah? So he can make fun of people, but people can't make fun of him.
Pretty much, pretty thin-skinned. Carson banned him from the show in August of 1982. That was his last appearance. According to Little's biography, the claim was supported by Henry Bushkin. That was Carson's longtime lawyer, who stated that nobody got under Carson's skin more than Rich Little. Isn't that interesting?
It is.
Your wife turned 81 today.
Oh, yeah?
Tina Turner.
She a cougar?
But that if it was the Tina Turner,
I wouldn't be here.
You wouldn't be here.
No.
Of course, another Tina Turner. Your lovely wife looks like she's barely 30.
Boy, who are you? Yeah.
I want you to make sure she heard that. Anyway, she's born. We're talking about the singer Tina Turner, born Anna Mae Bullock. She's an American-Swiss singer and actress. You probably wouldn't recognize that. She was originally from the United States. She became a Swiss citizen in 2013. She still is.
Huh.
I never had any idea. She rose to prominence as a duo with her then husband, Ike Turner. There were problems there.
Ike had a temper.
Yes. Now she's known as the Queen of Rock and Roll. In 1960, as a member of the Ike and Tina Turner Revue, they hit the charts with A Fool in Love. Success followed with a string of notable hits, including It's Gonna Work Out Fine in 1961, River Deep, Mountain High in 1966, and the Grammy-winning
Proud Mary.
Yes, 1971. She's won 12 Grammys, Tina Turner. And that's the look at the birthdays. On this date in 1941, U.S. President Franklin Delano Roosevelt signed a bill establishing the fourth Thursday in November as Thanksgiving Day. It went that long. It was first recognized by Lincoln during the Civil War.
He made it the third Thursday, right?
I'm not sure if that's the case. But Roosevelt signed the bill that made it actually Thanksgiving. And that's not that, we're talking about, not that long ago. 1941, 1942, Roosevelt, on this date, ordered nationwide gasoline rationing to begin December 1st because of the war.
Yep.
42, the motion picture Casablanca held its world premiere at the Hollywood Theater in New York City. What do you remember about that, either one of you? 1940. Casablanca.
Here's looking at you, kid.
That's it. That's the line.
Phrase.
There's the line. Lauren Bacall is a beautiful woman. And they, of course... No, it wasn't Lauren Bacall in that one. No. That was Ingrid Bergman, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm sorry. 1973, Rosemary Woods. You remember her? You know who that was?
Rosemary Woods.
I don't.
Rosemary Woods, famous in history, told a federal court that she was responsible for the 18-and-a-half-minute gap in the key Watergate tape. She was Richard Nixon's
she
secretary.
accidentally erased them.
Oh, yeah.
Or so she said.
Yeah. That 18 and a half minutes just, oops, I pressed record over the top of it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was listening. I heard this song come on the radio, and I just had to record it. So
Yeah, so right over
it
Nixon.
It was the live version of Inagata-Davida that came on. That's
17
perfect. 18 and a half minutes. Perfect timing.
Yeah, excellent. That's a great, there you go. 75, how about this name? Lynette Squeaky Frome.
Mm-hmm.
You're shaking, you heard of her.
Charles Manson, right?
She was a Manson girl,
Uh-huh.
but she was found guilty by a federal jury in Sacramento of trying to assassinate Gerald Ford.
Okay.
I think she took a shot at him, if I'm not mistaken. 1985, the rights to Richard Nixon's autobiography were acquired by Ransom House for $3 million.
That's a pretty good payday.
Dick did okay after he got out of office because of that.
Well, you know he's not a crook.
I'm not a crook. 1998, Hulk Hogan announced that he was retiring from pro wrestling. I think that's the first time he announced that.
The Hulkamaniac.
I actually saw him in Daytona Beach once.
Oh, yeah?
Was it worth the show?
On the beach.
Oh, he was on the. Oh, he wasn't
He was
doing
in
a
the
show.
water.
Oh, he was hanging out.
He was hanging out. Was back in about 1980.
The guy had to be like chewing on steroids. Yes,
Terry Boulder was his real name. He had
Terry
a brother.
Boulder.
Okay.
But I mean, he'd always take. I mean, he had on a T-shirt that I could rip off. Okay, this thing was like paper thin, and he'd rip it off. Rotten. Yes. Oh wow. On this date in music history, Xavier Cugat and his orchestra recorded "Orchids in the Morning" in 1940. Now, what was Xavier also known for? Don't you remember Coochie Coochie Girl? What was her name? Charo?
Charo, really?
That was her husband.
Really?
Xavier Cugat.
I did not know
yes,
that.
Yes. 1962, the Beatles recorded "Please Please Me."
Their first hit.
That was their first hit. 1968, Cream gave its last concert at the Royal Albert Hall in London. I love Cream.
Good band.
69, The Band received a gold record for the album The Band.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And 89, MTV's Unplugged aired for the first time. And there was some great concerts there. I love the one from Rod Stewart in particular. All right, so about ready to get into the question of the day, Gene. This goes out every day. And this one got about 189 votes. The question of the day is, do you start your Black Friday shopping on Thanksgiving Day? Huh? All right, so we'll tell you. There's a pretty one-sided response to this, and we'll get into it on Morning Coffee with Gene Kolak after this.
Hey, if you live or work in White County, I've got some really exciting news for you. This is Dr. Jessica Cook, physical therapist with Joiner Therapy Services. We now offer pelvic health physical therapy in Carmi, which gives you the choice to receive your treatments locally. Pelvic health issues such as accidental bowel and bladder leakage and pain in the pelvic region can be a nuisance you no longer have to live with. I can provide one-on-one, confidential care in a professional setting with no need for embarrassment. Call us today at 382-2771. Joiner Therapy Services. A healthier you starts here.
It's here. The Big Deal Store is online and waiting for you to shop and buy gift certificates to local businesses. Go to your station's website, WFIWradio.com, and click on Big Deals. Here you'll find dozens of gift certificates for places like Three Chicks Fudgery, Act Tire and Auto, Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center, and Bullard's Farm Market and Bakery. You can shop 24 hours a day and save tons of money in the process. But you better hurry. You never know how long each deal will last.
Time Capsule, sponsored today by Save-A-Lot Food Store on West Main, Fairfield.
Hi, this is Bill Stevens with another Time Capsule quiz. Which month and year was it when Tammy Baker's husband Jim was convicted of scamming PTL viewers?
And I want to tell you again that at this moment my faith is still in God.
Oakland took its 2-game World Series lead into San Francisco. And then...
So the Oakland A's take... I'll tell you what, we're having an earthquake.
The 6.9 earthquake took 270 lives. 10 days later, the A's completed a 4-game sweep. We bid farewell to Betty Davis and Secretariat. And here's what the new music sounded like. Those songs were big winners when they hit the air, but when did they? The answer and a touch of the top song from the month and year are coming up.
Swing by the Fairfield Save-A-Lot and take advantage of these great deals. Cauliflower $2.99, fresh celery 99 cents, fresh cranberries $2.29, sweet potatoes 88 cents. They will be open 8 a.m. till noon on Thanksgiving Day. Prices mentioned are good through Saturday. Good food, great people, great prices at your Fairfield Save-A-Lot store on West Main Street. Give them a like on Facebook.
October 1989.
Janet Jackson and Miss You Much, the top song of October 1989. This is Bill Stevens for tcapsule.com. Back soon with another Time Capsule.
Time Capsule has been sponsored today by Save-A-Lot Food Store on West Main, Fairfield.
Hey there, it's Paul. Sprint's week-long Black Friday deals are so big, I need help spreading the word.
That's where I come in! Snowman Paul here!
Hurry in and switch to save your family money on the Samsung Galaxy S10 for $0 a month on a Sprint Flex lease.
Yep, $0 a month for the Galaxy S10!
Plus, Sprint is offering a 100% total satisfaction guarantee. You know what that means.
It means that you can try out the network and see the savings for yourself?
That's right. But you don't just...
Well, the question was, do you start your Black Friday shopping on Thanksgiving Day? I never have participated in Black Friday. How about you, Gene?
One time.
Did you stand in line somewhere?
It was not a good experience for me.
How about you, Charlie?
I love to go and watch people.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, you see the doors open to have them fight at midnight to be able to get in and stuff like that?
Oh, yeah. Love to go and watch it. I don't go early. I go, whenever
I went early. I couldn't believe it.
Oh, I don't.
I live on East Highway.
Yeah.
And it was like, a ball game was just let out at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Now my sister goes. I mean, they'll go Thursday night.
Really?
And then they'll get up at like midnight and go.
Just to be able to get maybe $50 off on a TV set or something like that?
They don't. Half the time they don't buy anything. They just go for the fun of it. Now we've been on Thursday. Actually, one of the best Thanksgivings I ever had. We went shopping on Thanksgiving night. We were up visiting Tina's parents in Lafayette, Indiana.
Right.
And so we went. We got done with dinner. Everybody was napping and whatever else. We thought, let's just go. So we went to the mall there in Lafayette, and then we went to Steak and Shake, and then it was snowing. It was great.
That's a great memory.
We had a ball. It's a great memory. Yeah.
We don't do that. We just don't do that at all. We don't. We stay in.
I like to go and watch people and drive through the parking lots.
Let me put a log on the fire at the cabin. That's pretty much my idea of Thursday and Friday, quite honestly. But we asked that question. We asked, do you start your Black Friday shopping on Thanksgiving Day? And 82% of the people that responded, we had 189 votes. 82% of them said, no, I don't. In fact, Zach said, you mean greedy Thursday? That's what he called it.
Greedy Thursday.
Greedy Thursday.
Okay.
You have a nice, Thanksgiving meal with the family and friends, being thankful for what you've had in the last, and then you go out and you fight.
See ya.
Stephen says, I do not shop on Black Friday, Thursday, or any other day. Christmas is already purchased for our kids, so they don't have to go out right now. Some people do their Christmas shopping on Black Friday.
I know people that start Christmas shopping on January 1st, or actually December 26th. They'll go the day after
because
Christmas
the deals
and start shopping
for
then.
next year.
Yeah, after Christmas sales are awesome.
I don't do that either. I tell you what, I've got a couple stops. I got to come by your place because I got one waiting there.
Mm-hmm.
I got to go by and see Christy. I got one other place that I can't reveal that I have to go and buy something for Christmas. Wife takes care.
That would be Ultra Products.
No. That's one of the places I like to go, but she takes care of the grandkids. How about that? You guys, wife take care of that stuff? I mean, so the gifts for the grandkids. Do you have anything?
I actually bought something for the grandson last night.
Good for you. How about you, Gene?
We're going Monday.
All right. Well, there you go. 82% though don't shop on what they call Greedy Friday. Okay, Gene, catch us up. So, I know because we're friends on Facebook that you're a part of the Patriot Guard. Tell us a little more about that.
Okay, the Patriot Guard is an organization of motorcycle riders, and you don't have to have a motorcycle, but they were formed back in 2005 to shield returning veterans that were deceased at their funerals. There was
that Westboro Baptist Church thing?
Westboro Baptist Church
group,
was attending those
crazy
funerals and wreaking havoc with family members, and so they were formed to
I didn't know
shield
that
the
was the genesis of it. Really? Yeah.
And, I've only run into them once.
Let me put that over here so it's a little bit closer to that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So I've only ran into them once. It was a KIA that come back to Lawrenceville a few years ago, and they said a couple of them were there. We never actually saw them. I do remember the sheriff, Lawrence County, came by us and said, that would be a really ridiculous thing for them to show up in this town here with 4,000 rednecks. But I never actually saw them on the grounds of the high school, which is where the funeral was held.
So now it's not so much protection as it is a show of solidarity with somebody.
To be like a line of, like a shield between the protesters and family members. And like I said, that's really not happened around here. But one time that I can remember, we are most generally doing, the funerals of veterans from Vietnam, Korean War, World War II, whatnot. But that's our main function.
How many people
we
show
do
up?
Parades, but
how many people show up normally for? I mean, you're in charge of coordinating this, right?
I am.
So I mean, how many people would you get? Let's say if there was.
It depends. If we have a KIA, we might get as many as 200.
Wow.
For a funeral around here, most generally we'll get from 8 to 12. Maybe
so you're
more.
part of the procession that goes to the cemetery.
We do. We also give an honorarium, to the family, a folded flag and a plaque with the veteran's name on it, and we do whatever we're asked to do. We've served as pallbearers. I know one time up at Olney they didn't have enough people in the VFW, so we actually manned the rifles during the 21
Where did you
salutes.
serve, Gene?
Do what?
How did you serve?
I did not serve.
Oh.
I'm just a willing soul. Is
Isn't
what
that
happened with
interesting?
me.
I just assumed.
No, you don't have to be a member of the armed forces at all. And here's what happened. I back in it's been 2010. I bought my new trike, and man, they're a little bit expensive, and I thought I really need to give back to the community. And not just ride this thing around. And so I joined the Patriot Guard. And at the time, we had a couple veterans that had come back to Wayne County. And I attended both of those funerals, and I thought, this would be an organization I'd like to join. And so I did that and started attending, and it didn't take very long, and it seemed like the senior ride captain at the time said, "Hey, Gene, would you be willing to take over my region?" And so I thought about it for about a year, and finally I said, "Okay, I'll do it." Now, that's a pretty good-sized region here in Southern Illinois. If you was to draw a line from Mount Carmel to Mount Vernon, go north to Vandalia, and then go straight east to Marshall and the Indiana border, that's the area that I cover.
That's a chunk.
Basically I-70 south then.
Right. Well, not I-70 to I-64.
Okay.
I have 14-county area.
Wow.
So at any given moment, I could go home right now and have an email that says, "Hey, we have a veteran in Vandalia that has requested us to be present," and I would have to write up the mission and talk to the funeral home director, talk to the family, whatnot, and get this thing organized.
Okay, so for a moment, it's 18 degrees, and you've got to go to Vandalia on your trike.
I have a heated suit that goes underneath my regular clothes.
Right.
In fact, the first time that I tried it out was when they brought the Sergeant Cunningham home that they found in Vietnam a few years back in Albin, and I actually goofed up. I put a 7-amp fuse on my circuit to the heated suit, and it went out on the river bridge.
Oh.
That was the coldest day I've ever ridden in my life. I think the wind chill that day was -6. And I lost feeling in my hands on the way back about Dishbank Road. And so I got that fixed in a hurry.
I'd have to have a trike because I would fall over otherwise. You know what I mean?
I got a trike because I pull a trailer. And, I have a trailer that's full of American flags and service flags and, the stakes. And so for each mission, I'm dragging that trailer with me somewhere. It's not that you can't drag one behind a two-wheeled bike, but it's a whole lot easier behind a trike.
So do you ride otherwise? I mean, besides
I do.
missions?
This year I've had a little issue with my back, and I've probably ridden less miles this year, personally. Now, Becky and I have taken trips to South Dakota, Colorado, Wyoming. We rode out to Washington, D.C. 2 years ago, had a great time. We went out with the Wall Riders and went through all that.
Did they come right through here?
They
Didn't
do.
They come right through 64, and you can just join them there?
So we did not actually ride with them. We had another group that, because they are very, structured, and I don't like structure when I ride. If I want to stop and see something, I stop, and if I'm tired, I stop. And these guys have a certain amount of miles that they ride each day, and
they're kind of in formation too.
Well, and they have to be because there's 200, 300, 400 motorcycles, and they all have to get gas. You have to have a place for them to stay, a campground or whatever. So I can understand that, but I don't want to be locked into that if I'm riding.
Were you ever tempted, Turner, to buy a motorcycle?
Oh, I had one.
Well, tell me about it.
Years ago.
What kind?
I had I think it was a Honda.
Right?
Yeah. It was in high school. Had one.
I had a scooter.
Yeah.
It's a Honda 80, I think. I enjoyed it.
I had a small one. It was like a 450 or a 500. I mean, it was fairly small bike.
Every time I was in news, most of my career in broadcasting before I got into education, and every time I got serious about buying a motorcycle, that day I would have to do a news story about somebody that got hurt. And it was like God was telling me, no, you're not going to have a motorcycle. So
I think motorcycles make you a better driver because you realize how quickly things can change.
Yeah.
So anyway.
It definitely makes you keep your eye out for the other guy.
It sure does.
And you're a hunter.
I am.
How's it been so far this year for you? You haven't fallen out of a tree stand or anything like that, have you?
I have not.
But you're also a crossbow guy like me.
I am. I love the crossbow. I injured my left arm in 2007. I fell off a trailer unloading a mower, and I really should have probably had some surgery on it, but it healed itself. It's a man thing. So I went up to local chiropractor here, and I won't mention his name, but he gave me a handicap designation, and so I sent that in to the state of Illinois, which allowed me at that point. That was before crossbows were legal for everybody, and so I've been hunting with a crossbow for about 12 years.
Well, the thing is, I bought a crossbow. I thought, well, by the time I get to, at that time, I think it was 60. Was it 62? I think before you could shoot a crossbow.
Yeah.
I bought one at like 58, and then voila, the state makes it legal. Boy, have I enjoyed using it. I really have.
Oh.
It's been wonderful.
It's a great way to go. Don't get me wrong. I shot for years with a compound bow.
Right.
I actually went to a lot of tournaments and stuff at the time, and my boys like it. I have a son that actually works down at the Bucks and Jakes at Evansville. He's in the bow department, and so he's looking forward to starting his hunting career as well.
Well, anyway, that's Gene Kolak. We're so happy that he could be here with us. I was looking at, we've talked before about, you and I have talked about this, about the gummies.
Oh, yeah, the CBD gummies.
Well, now, this is from Atlanta, Georgia. The headline is Edible Arrangements Launch CBD Line. And the next box of chocolate-dipped strawberries might have a little something extra. Edible Arrangements is rolling out a new line of CBD-infused smoothies and fruit. Here's their slogan. We want you to be focused on health, not high.
Okay.
They said that, it's this, that's the kind of hemp that doesn't have, the stuff
THC
to make sure.
in it.
Yeah, right. So anyway, there's an opportunity, if you want chocolates. Gummies are also available at every convenience store now. So I mean, that's the big deal.
If you're really ambitious, you could get chocolate-covered CBD gummies.
You could. Florida man is telling the police that there was a mistake made in Fort Pierce, Florida. A Florida man is under arrest after he failed to explain the presence of drugs in his car. Police say 37-year-old Joseph Zach was pulled over in Fort Pierce when he failed to slow down at a stop sign. Officers searched the car, finding a crack pipe and a bag of cocaine inside. During the questioning, Zach reportedly told the arresting officers that the wind must have blown the small drug bag into the vehicle.
But that doesn't explain the crack pipe, right?
No, well, that was even stronger wind, obviously. He now faces drug paraphernalia charges. There's that's what I would say. Hey, dude, how did the crack pipe get there? But that's unbelievable. That's sort of like saying, the breathalyzer guy. I only had one beer. They pull you over and give you the breathalyzer. They've heard that over and over and over again.
Yeah, but they didn't tell you had the 64-ounce beer.
No, yeah.
I only had one.
The bucket o' beer.
But it was the 64-ounce.
A London couple is offering $40,000 if you're willing to watch their dogs.
Okay.
They travel all the time. They're in business.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do more than watch their dogs. It's a London home.
I knew there was a catch.
Yeah, there's a small catch. It's you also have to do daily housekeeping, food shopping. You have to run errands and take calls, and you have to work Monday through Friday, sometime on weekends. But $40K.
40,000, huh?
To watch the dogs, the two dogs. I love my dogs, but I'm not going to do that. There's 5 possible new Kit Kat flavors coming out. You know about the Kit Kat bar?
Yeah.
Why do they mess with these things? I mean,
because they can.
There's nothing better than the Kit Kat car. Isn't that the?
I love them.
Yeah,
leave them alone.
Good.
It's like a cookie. It's like a chocolate-covered cookie.
Yeah, chocolate-covered wafer cookie or something. Yeah.
Anyway, they're going to have 5 new. Let me give you the flavors that they're proposing: chocolate cream pie, orange dreamsicle, cotton candy, and cherry cola.
The cherry might not be bad. The others, I don't know. Well, it's already chocolate, so the chocolate cream pie might not be bad. But dreamsicle and cotton candy?
They're also talking about apple pie.
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Why mess with it? It's sort of like, I have to say this, though. I am a huge, even though I'm diabetic, every once in a while when I get low, I get the opportunity. I love the different varieties of M&Ms.
Do you?
You know, I mean, they've got the kind now. I love the old guard M&Ms, the chocolate-covered peanuts.
Yeah.
I love that. But now they've got the kind of...
they got caramel and...
They got caramel. They got like Reese's.
Yeah.
Did you notice I said Reese's?
Yeah, I did
not
notice
Reese's,
that.
I normally said, because I've been trained by the news guy not to say that anymore. But I like that one.
You've been threatened by the news guy
Well,
not to say that anymore.
he throws a little tantrum now and then. But I like those too. So they did mess with the M&Ms, and I'm okay with them messing with the M&Ms.
You know what the M&Ms with the Reese's peanut butter in it called, right? Those are Reese's Pieces.
Reese's Pieces, yeah.
Reese's Pieces.
I had to get it in there.
Yes, you did.
I had to get it in there.
All right, so there's this guy in North Carolina, and he's very technically savvy. And so he's created a dating app, okay? Now, you've heard of Tinder and all the different kinds of apps. Now, all of us are extremely married, right? I mean, so we wouldn't be interested in anything like this.
Right, yeah.
But nonetheless, there are, single men out there. And here's what he did. He's the inventor of a dating app, but he uses himself as the only male candidate. Not a bad idea, huh?
That is all right.
That's a great idea.
So, I mean, Aaron Smith is his name. He partnered with a software engineer, a friend, and he created an app called Singularity.
And he's the only guy on it.
And he's the only guy on it. It features a rotating sideshow of Smith's pictures for users to, connect with him.
Mm-hmm.
And then the man also manipulated this thing and managed it to create a YouTube way to be able to draw people to the app. I mean, so they're side marketing it, sort of like how we do with our YouTube.
With Alexa, yeah.
And Alexa as well. Alexa, play WFIW. I thought I'd get that in just so that I could trigger more of those back at home.
Right, yeah.
Anyway, isn't this brilliant? I mean,
the guy needs to be.
I bet I have to imagine he's a real loser.
Well, yeah. If you got to create an app to find dates, if you have to create an app to find dates,
if you're creating technology to be able to get and what do you think if you're a female? Do you think you want to get in line for this guy? Even bigger, even more upsetting is if you create an app and nobody triggers it. Doesn't that say you're a loser?
That wouldn't be upsetting. That'd just be sad. Real sad.
That's exactly the way it is. So, anyway, Gene, what else do you do with your time besides riding your trike?
That's a very small part of my life, really. I'm still looking for my meaning in life, I guess, Mike. I'm not sure what I want to be.
He's in search of the meaning of his life, Turner. Can we help him?
I don't know.
I have a small farm in Edwards County, and of course I do, contracting on the side as well. Building contractor. I've been a building contractor for years, and so I still do a little bit of that. I kind of pick and choose now. I'll be 65 in March, so I don't climb around.
You're
as
young,
much as
my
I
friend.
used to.
You're young.
I know. Well, that's what they say, and
it's the new 45.
That's right.
65 is the new 45.
Mm-hmm. But so I stay busy. I have the little shop uptown, which was just a hobby that kind of outgrew the house and the man cave. So Fairfield, I don't know, is really the place for that shop. It's been interesting, and it pays the taxes, but barely.
Yeah. Well, the taxes keep going up, my friend.
So I have a lot of fun, and it's been a good life. I now get to spend a little more time, around the house, and I get to visit with my sons when they're home, and we're
that's another interesting thing. So this guy shows up at the city council meeting, and starts talking about the reservoir project.
Yeah,
and his name interesting. He's talking about the flood issue in Fairfield. His name's Storm.
Yeah,
what an interesting thing. And his last name's Kolak.
Yes, that's my son.
An engineer.
He is.
Woof.
I always told him that, study hard, keep your grades up, which he did. And he went into engineering. And I'll have to tell you, for the first 3 years that he came home from school over at USI, we were ready for him to go back. I mean, he just really struggled,
right.
To keep up. And then his senior year, it was like a light bulb went off. He began to love it, and once he got past all the math and everything. But he's.
You got to be really proud of that. That was a handoff, by the way. It was Galen Dunn to you. Galen Dunn's son was the engineer.
Yes.
Prior,
and they're good friends. Colin.
Colin went off to Indiana. I think he's at Ball State now, Muncie, if I'm not mistaken.
Muncie, Indiana. Yeah, talked to Colin yesterday.
Did you?
Fact.
Where'd you see Colin?
I didn't see him.
Oh, he called. He called. Okay.
So.
All right. Are we ready?
We are ready.
All right. Here's the questions. The trivia questions, Gene, are about motorcycles. All right. So I have 10 questions. Question 1. What does the term hog stand for? There is a meaning of the word
I think
hog.
I know that.
Okay. Number 2. What was the 1970s TV police series which popularized motorcycle riding?
Okay.
All right. Number 3. What is unique about motorcycle riding in Indiana?
Unique about
I think
riding in Indiana.
Gene's
okay.
looking odd at me here, so there's a answer there. The company originally began making weaving looms for Japan's silk industry in the early part of the 1990s. Name it. It has a motorcycle connection.
Okay.
The company originally began making weaving looms in Japan for silk in the 1900s. Next question. He had a stand-in make a famous jump for him in the movie The Great Escape.
Okay, I know that one.
All right, next question. He wore the Captain America jacket in Easy Rider. Okay. All right, next question. What are the 3 states that do not require helmets for motorcycle riders? Okay. One of them should be easy.
One of them we're living in.
Mm-hmm. Next question. What are the highest 3 months for motorcycle theft and the 3 lowest months? That should be logical to you as well. Next question. What is the percentage of stolen motorcycles that are recovered? You'll be surprised. Whatever number it is. Can you name any of the actual motorcycle clubs on the set of the 2003 movie Biker Boys? There were real motorcycle groups on there, and they're famous. Next, can you identify the sound made by the motorcycle that Chris Pine rides to the shuttle departing to Starfleet Academy in the film Star Trek? Next, name the father and son who supplied quick cameos in the 2007 movie Wild Hogs. Father and son combination, cameo appearance.
All right.
And finally, the number 1 manufacturer of motorcycles in the United States. Number 10. There you go. There's your 10 questions. And we'll have the answers when we come back on Trivia About Motorcycles with Gene Kolak on Morning Coffee.
My 2 boys are quite the pair. Last week, they decided to see who could do the best dive into a giant pile of leaves. Let's just say I'm glad we have a family plan from Health Alliance. I know we're all covered if anything happens. They also offer free virtual visits, so I can hop on my phone with a doctor instead of waiting at the ER. Need coverage for your family? Then get insurance for real life. Get Health Alliance. Find your plan at healthalliance.org/plans.
Wake up breakfast at McDonald's with our tasty morning highlights, like a sizzling sausage biscuit and hash browns for just $1.50. You can't miss. And don't forget to show out with any size Coke for only $1, because McDonald's and breakfast is always a winning combination. Wake up breakfast and score a delicious sausage biscuit and hash browns for only $1.50, and any size soft drink for just $1. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Small business is the backbone of our communities. It's a good feeling to know that one loan to a business benefits everyone in the community, not just that business. Hi, this is Matt Moore, commercial banker of People's National Bank in Fairfield. We pride ourselves on providing quality products and services to meet the banking needs for the people that work and live right here. Since 1909, our focus continues on you, our customers. People's National Bank, it's our people that make a difference. Since 1909, member FDIC.
You'll be rocking the shopping this weekend with Carnaby Girls. Black Friday, save 10% off any black clothing item. Our best bamboo layering tee and leggings will be 20% off. Small Business Saturday, the first 25 customers will receive a Brighton $25 gift card wrapped with your $50 or more purchase. All weekend, coats and outerwear vests and yellow tags are 20% off. Receive free Brighton Snowflake bracelet with your $75 charm, spacer, and bead purchase. Carnaby's rocking. You're shopping. Let's celebrate local together.
Fairfield area weather forecast, a 90% chance for showers today, high 58. Rain likely tonight, low 42. Mostly sunny, 48 on Wednesday. The outlook for Thanksgiving Day, cloudy skies 42, and for Friday, scattered showers, high 45. Overnight low 47. Yesterday's high was 63. Currently, humidity is at 77%. Winds from the southeast at 7 miles an hour. Pressure at 29.8. Right now, overcast skies. We've got 52 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield, and no precipitation showing up on the radar anywhere in the immediate area this morning.
Back on Morning Coffee, and we've got biker trivia, motorcycle trivia. And so here's the deal. The first question was, what does the term, there goes my favorite pen. Let's hope I can find it afterwards. Where does the term hog stand for? Thank you very much, Jeff. What's hog stand for? Anybody want to take a shot at that?
Harley Owners Group.
That's it. That's it. Harley Owners Group. 1900s Harley racing team. The Wrecking Crew, also another reason. They had a small pig on the as a mascot, and one of the riders would do a victory lap, and they would have the pig sitting on the bike's gas tank. So that would be another reason, but that's it. That's the answer, Gene. What was the 1970s TV police series which popularized motorcycle riding?
Chips.
Yeah, that was easy. Remember Eric Estrada? He suffered a pretty serious motorcycle accident while filming an episode. He did about a number of shows from a hospital bed, if you'll recall. What was what was unique about motorcycle riding in Indiana? Anybody?
Well, you've got me.
They have to wear helmets.
Well, they do. Anybody out there want to take a shot at that? Motorcycles in Indiana only have to stop for 120 seconds or 2 minutes at a red stoplight. They can treat the stoplight as if it were a stop sign, then proceed through an intersection cautiously. The law is nicknamed the Dead Red Law, officially designated, and
it
started
dangerous.
2015. Did you know that, Gene?
We basically do that everywhere.
I love it. Well, anyway, that's what was unique about Indiana.
Okay.
This company was originally started weaving looms for Japan's silk industry in the early part of the 1900s. Name it.
Suzuki.
Yeah, Mikio Suzuki wanted to diversify his company. He began an engineering firm and started making small cars and engines during the 1930s. The first Suzuki motorcycle appeared in 1952 and was a motorized bicycle called a Power Free. In other words, you could pedal,
right,
or you could put on the motor of it, and that was also popular in the 1920s.
Those little motors they put on bikes, they're loud, man.
Yeah,
they are.
All right, he had a stand-in make a famous jump for him in the movie The Great Escape.
Steve McQueen.
Yep,
yeah, it's pretty good. Steve McQueen's famous. It was a 65-foot motorcycle jump. I didn't realize it was that long. 65 feet. It was done by a stand-in rider by the name of Bud Elkins, and he did it in one take.
Wow.
Didn't kill anybody or himself. Okay, he wore the Captain America jacket in Easy Rider.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
The character was Yu Lee, wasn't it?
I don't know that.
Was
it was not Dennis Hopper from the Peanut Gallery.
Was it Ryan O'Neal?
No.
No, that was Fonda?
Yes, Peter Fonda.
Okay.
Right, Gene. He wore the Captain America jacket and rode his chopper a week around Los Angeles before a shooting began on the Easy Rider movie to give him a broken-in look on the jacket and to get used to riding the radically designed bike. The American flag on the back of the jacket and on the gas tank of the bike caused him to be pulled over several times by police in L.A. back in the day.
Yeah.
What are the 3 states that do not require helmets for motorcycle riders? And the given is one, Illinois. And that's because riders threw a fit when it came up more than once at the State House.
Illinois, South Dakota?
No.
No? Okay.
2 other states.
You got to have them in South Dakota. I'm trying to think of the states we went through that we didn't have.
A couple out west, isn't it?
No, not really.
All right. I do not
Anybody
know.
in the Peanut Gallery want to take a guess? Nobody out there is attuned to the biker culture. It's Illinois, Iowa, and New Hampshire. Absolutely no helmet laws whatsoever. The majority of states have laws requiring helmets, and certainly Illinois is not one of them. What are the highest 3 months for motorcycle theft and the 3 lowest?
I'm guessing June, July, August.
That would be my guess on the highest.
And
December, January, February.
The 3 months for motorcycle theft are July, August, and September.
Yeah, we'll do one off.
The lowest, February, December, and March.
Okay.
All right.
Not in order then, okay.
No, isn't that interesting? What are the percentage of stolen motorcycles recovered? Just take a shot.
I'm going to say 50.
65%.
50%.
Anybody out there? 85. Only 30% of all stolen motorcycles are recovered. Isn't that interesting? I guess they can chop them up and get rid of them that way.
They part them out. Yep.
Okay. Can you name any of the actual motorcycle clubs, famous motorcycle clubs, on the set of the 2003 movie Biker Boys? Anybody try?
Hell's Angels.
No.
No.
Mongols.
Don't see it.
I have no idea.
All right, let me run through them. Valiant Riders, Black Sabbath, Geezer Tribe, Rough Riders, Soul Brothers, Total Package, Chosen Few, Rare Breed, Brothers of the Sun, Sisters of the Sun, Children of the Sun. No. Deuces and Black Sabbath New Breed. There you go. Bet you didn't know any of those, did you? Can you identify the sound made by the motorcycle that Chris Pine rides to the shuttle departing for Starfleet Academy in the film Star Trek? Anybody want to take a shot? You're going to love this.
I cannot.
What type of bike it was?
Well, the sound made by the bike. It was not a motorcycle sound because it's supposed to be in the future. Okay?
Oh, I have no idea.
It's the same sound used by the Jetsons for their cars.
Ah, okay.
Isn't that neat? Name the father and son who did a quick cameo in the 2007 movie Wild Hogs.
Was it the Orange County Chopper people?
Yes.
Okay.
Paul Teufel and Paul Jr.
Okay.
Two famous bike builders.
All right.
And the number one manufacturer of motorcycles in the United States?
Harley Davidson.
By far. Gene Kolak. Thank you for being here. And thanks for the gift, Gene. I think that's most appropriate.
Thanks for the invite. Had a great time.
Not a problem. We'll do it again. Thank you very much. I won't be here tomorrow. Tom will be sitting in for me. I forget who he's here with.
Ken Odie.
Ken Odie. It's Ken Wednesday. Oh, you guys have fun, okay? All right. Take care. Alexa, play WFIW.
It's time for classic hits from WFIW.
It's what you've been looking for. WFIW FM Fairfield, Illinois, and WFIWradio.com, the news leader in southeastern Illinois.
Time now for the news, brought to you by Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center in Wayne City, where you can save up to $600 on Serta iComfort mattress sets.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. All clear is declared at the White House and Capitol. They were on lockdown briefly this morning over an unauthorized aircraft over the area that has now been determined to be not hostile. The Justice Department's appealed a federal judge's ruling now.